name is Shireen and I will show you in this video how you can make your website in just 1 week. So right now there are two options. Nowadays you can use AI, you don't need to ask an IT guy. If the IT people are with the time, they will see that in the future there will come problems, problems in the point of why you need to book an IT guy when you can do it by yourself easily with AI, because AI are much faster than human beings. And the good point is I have right now someone who's doing white coding. He's an IT guy. He's helping me when I'm finished with coding or when I have questions. He's like a guider, a guy who's just giving guidance. But there are two options. If you want to do a website and you don't want to spend so much money, one option is Chatgypt. Chatgypt I can recommend when you actually want to learn the code behind it, that you understand coding in general, how it's starting, how it's ending, what is JavaScript, what is HTML, what is CSS, what is for the design, what is for the technical background, for example, a backup. And I was able with ChatGPT doing, for example, this website. How you see, okay, some things doesn't upload right now. I don't know why, but you see it's not perfect. The video is somehow here. When I click on that, I have different mood board pictures. This is something ChatGPT gave me an idea. The pictures doesn't upload right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I changed something. But no matter what I put in the back, it's coming here in the back. But I'm not able right now to check out or something. And that's why I had problems. How I'm doing the check out. Usually you can connect it with Stripe. Stripe is a website where you put your products, where you add your products, and the website is able to connect it with payments like Klarna or credit card, but not PayPal, how I saw it. And yeah, of course I have also, like, I don't know what every company needs, like the impressum and so on. This is how it can look after a week using ChatGPT. Of course, people from IT don't recommend that, but I learned so much because last time I used coding was in high school, so it's taking also so much time. Here is another project. This is Lovable. It's crazy how fast it is. It's pretty similar. He's doing everything what you want. Also the sizes, you put everything inside. I don't know. It's also not perfect how you see there. Still, yeah, it still needs to have more products, of course. When I go on Clash, you see a nice video in the back, but on the home page, oh, but the gift disappeared. Usually I have a gift here, but it disappeared right now. I don't know why. I need to ask him. But yes, this is how it can look. And for example, when the website is loading, I put also a gift inside. It's like just a heartbeat of of the logo. And when I check out, it's going to Stripe, and then you can pay. So how you see, I also can say, you know what, do everything in English or whatever. But how much I paid for Lovable? I paid 25 euros. You can cancel it monthly. I need to say, I didn't learn really how to code here. For ChatGPT, I can say ChatGPT is better for understanding, because you always can ask between it, yeah, why is it like this or whatever. And here it's like he's so fast in doing it. He also always, when you change, I don't know, right now we are in the code, but for example, when you say, yeah, blah, 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 do this or whatever, he's doing that directly here inside. And that's a pro because you see then directly what you're changing. But the con is you don't really learn, because when it's already finished, you're like, okay, it's finished, why I shouldn't ask? But I think as a coder, you need to understand what is behind it. So you need to understand, if you want to add more products, you need to connect it with Stripe. There are certain points you need to understand, because at the end you don't want to be dependent on Lovable forever and want to pay every month 25 euros. That's why it's better to have at the end just to code. And there is an option, you can download the code, you pay once 50, then you have the code. But that means also you actually need to understand what are you doing. And that's why ChatGPT I can recommend in the point of understanding what you are actually doing, so that okay, in the future I need to go to whatever, to index, to change this and this, or I go to CSS to change this and this in the layout. So coming to the point of videos, I also asked him to do some videos, and I was pretty disappointed because he just collected pictures together and did out of that pictures a video. But that's not the point. You want to have a full scene, what you maybe can see by Sarah, like having a nice scene of that video in the background, whatever. He was not far enough. But there's specific AI website you can actually generate that. So yeah, it can be absolutely better, maybe in the future or whatever. So in general, all in all, if you want to start with coding and doing your own website, I can recommend ChatGPT, just because you will understand more and you know what you're doing, and you learn also somehow to code. This is the step number 2. When you say, okay, ChatGPT put me to this point, but I don't have a backup and I can't check out, and I don't have a server, because you can even publish that with GitHub, and you can have at the end the code, a clean code. ChatGPT has not a clean code. That's a con for ChatGPT. So if I would do it again in just 1 week, this was right now just 1 day doing that here, I would say I would do it the way how I did it, because you still don't want to be dependent on a platform like Lovable, pay monthly 20 euros, because what is the point then using Lovable when you can also use Shopify and save maybe money. For people like me, when you're a student and you don't have so much money, I just recommend using both once, ChatGPT, and you can always use it, but Lovable just once a month. You download the code, and then you're finding a backup server, because you don't want to be dependent on that and pay monthly 20. But yeah, so that's the point. I also use Visual Studio for coding, how you can see here. And if you're interested to see how I hosted the website and how it's looking really at the end, just let me know. I will be happy, and I will do a second video, because how I say it, that's the next step. Downloading the code, adding more products, especially when you have, like, I don't know, a little website right now is okay with 20 products. But when you have when you want to be like Zara and you always want to add a new product and you need to connect it with Stripe and doing always adding a new link with Stripe, it's getting kind of, it's really a lot of effort. But there are two methods on Stripe. You can um, you can do automatically adding the products, and he's automatically putting the price on it. But then the con point is that it's hard to find out um, because of the payment list who, you know, who paid what, and so it's hard to explain. This is something that I can explain maybe in the next video about Stripe, and also how much I paid after getting the code from Lovable and how I hosted it. That's like stuff what comes in the future. And this will come anyways. When you use ChatGPT, you need to think about, okay, which domain I'm using, how I'm hosting that, how I save money with hosting, because you don't want to waste so much money with hosting. For me, €1 in a month is good. I don't need to host through Amazon or something. Yeah, just let me know if you're interested to see the next video, because this is just the beginning. I'm happy that the checkout is working, but to publish that is something where you need to use your brain actually. And yeah, just let me know.